welcome to the show. It's great to have you here once again. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Let's go kickstart this morning together with a dose of laughter, inspiration, good vibes, and as always, the best company.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are always mo fun with us. Join us in the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter. It's Tuesday. I feel like it's a Monday today. I don't know why.
You know,
so busy.
You know, it's really funny because I think you girls were late again when you said good morning because because people
Were we?
the monitoring.
The monitor's not working again, so me and Anne were late.
Yeah, you two were late.
We were.
Because
yeah.
I
will admit we were.
Eileen was signaling again.
Eileen's been going like this, and I was not seeing us on the monitor just again.
Do you know why? So normally, for those who don't know, ito yung TV magic natin, we normally have a monitor to show us kung ano yung on air.
I don't have a monitor, just letting you guys know.
Anong camera yan? Yan. Come on.
For some reason, this is our monitor today.
At the LED, okay, when we're looking at what we should be looking at, kung ano ang umeere, mukha lang ni Anne nakakita namin.
Yeah, so I was so confused why Anne was the intro
I'm so
only.
sorry. they forgot to switch it.
Good morning. Good morning, Anne.
Well, you know, in my defense, because I'm the earliest here, so I always ask them to turn that on so I can fix my hair.
So, kasalanan mo.
Hindi.
Kasi you said to turn it on for your hair, so come to lang yan.
Kasalanan
girl.
nila, bakit hindi nyo sandwich ng maaga?
Hello, guys.
She's blaming our prod. She's blaming our team.
I don't know where the switch is.
Ang aga-agang attitude.
I don't know where if I knew where the switch was, I'd switch it.
Okay.
Well.
It's moving now.
Oh, ayan na, si Pao Pao na.
It's moving.
Nako.
Ay, kaya pala my hair's messy. I didn't get to see.
Sorry, guys.
Wala akong big mirror today like Anne.
Yeah.
That's why pala she comes early so she can see
Exactly, so
herself
I can fix
on
my hair.
screen.
Yeah.
I will take notes.
We come prepared.
Doesn't seem like it. But of course, we have a great show for you guys here today. Of course, we're going to talk about AI in voice work, which
Oh my goodness.
which is it's a trigger point for Anne.
Yeah, her blood is boiling.
is.
Can you tell?
She's
She's already, on a violent note today.
Actually, it's not
Extra
just me.
violent pa.
If you join conversations with fellow voice actors, you will really see all these different points of views, but really how we react to AI coming into the picture, into the industry, you'll really get this kind of reaction. Because we'll talk about that later.
We'll see
I
your
won't
reaction
discuss
later.
now. Yes, but we'll talk about that. We're going to be joined by two of the biggest names in the voicing and dubbing industry. So we have Robi Joseph and Rudolf Baldonado Jr. And we are going to be talking about the effects of AI in the voicing industry, not just here in the Philippines, but also across the globe.
Yeah, you've never seen them, you probably have heard them.
Yes.
But of course,
Literally.
literal. Of course, JD Castro is also going to be here later on to talk about the advocacies as well. And again, it's a packed show.
Yes,
I'm excited
so
for it.
Anne, take it away.
That's right. First and foremost, for the motorists, let's take a look at the major roads in Metro Manila at this hour. If EDSA is your route today, this is the situation along EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard. As you can see, you'll be stepping on the brakes. Moderate to heavy traffic already building up on that stretch. On the right side of your screens, you will be seeing vehicles headed to Cubao. Still a good time to drive if you're heading northbound. Now let's check on the live feed from EDSA Orense. On the left side of your screens is the southbound lane going to Pasay. On the right side is the northbound lane going to Shaw Boulevard. Both lanes still free-flowing at this time. Drive safe, everyone. Now, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Tuesday today, so vehicles with license plates ending in 3 and 4 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Diesel and kerosene prices are going down again this week. Fuel companies announced a rollback of 20 centavos per liter for diesel and 40 centavos per liter for kerosene. The price of gasoline will remain unchanged. The Energy Department has said the price cuts come amid weakening demand due to possible economic downturn in the U.S. and several other economies. Now let's find out what the weather is going to be like this Tuesday. Paolo has today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao Pao.
Thanks so much, Mo. Let's take a look at the local weather by checking out the weather systems and conditions affecting the country today. Now, the northeast monsoon is affecting Luzon, which will bring cloudy skies and rainfall, while the easterlies will continue to impact the rest of the country, causing warm and humid weather with the occasional rain showers. Now, the northeast monsoon will result in cloudy skies and rain showers over in the Cagayan Valley, Aurora, and Quezon. Now, this weather system will also bring partly cloudy skies with isolated light rains and thunderstorms in Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon. So right over here, these are the areas affected by the northeast monsoon. Meanwhile, the easterlies will cause cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the Zamboanga Peninsula, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. Now, residents are advised to take precautionary measures as these rains may cause possible flash floods or landslides. Now, for the rest of the country, you can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, particularly in the afternoon or in the evening. While it is not yet officially summer, many parts of the country are already experiencing extreme and intense heat. Let's take a look at Pag-asa's heat index forecast. In Dagupan, Pangasinan, it is currently in the danger zone with a heat index of 42 degrees Celsius. Other locations with a heat index of 41 degrees Celsius include Coron, Palawan, Gian, Eastern Samar, Zamboanga City, Cotabato City, and General Santos City. In addition, several locations are experiencing a heat index of 40 degrees Celsius, including San Jose, Occidental Mindoro, Legazpi City, Albay, La Granja, and La Carlota in Negros Occidental, Tacloban, Leyte, Dipolog, Zamboanga del Norte, Davao City, and Davao del Sur. Now let's take a look at the heat index forecast for the major metro cities in the country. Metro Manila is forecast to have a heat index of 37 degrees Celsius. Metro Cebu having a bit lower with 36 degrees Celsius, while Metro Davao, as I mentioned, is 40 degrees Celsius in the expected heat index. Now, prolonged exposure to these extreme temperatures can lead to heat cramps and exhaustion. So if you are outside, remember to stay hydrated and wear light clothing and limit your time in the heat as much as possible. It's important to take the precautions to avoid heat-related illnesses. Once again, the heat indices are the feels-like temperature that you are actually going to feel on your skin. So do watch out for all of that. Now let's move on to see our sea conditions here. A gale warning is in effect for the northern and western coasts of northern Luzon, particularly over in Ilocos Norte and Ilocos Sur. Now this means that sailing is generally prohibited as rough to very rough sea conditions with wave heights as high as 4.5 meters are expected. For the rest of the country, sailors and fishermen are allowed to venture out, but still, you're advised to remain vigilant and monitor the changes in the weather conditions, as conditions can change very quickly out there at sea. Now, that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. Back to you, girls.
Thank you, Pao. In other news, an accredited counsel of the International Criminal Court says the tribunal has already established its jurisdiction over former President Rodrigo Duterte's case. Speaking with Agenda, the executive director of Center for International Law says the ICC already has custody of the former president. As a result, he asserts the Supreme Court will likely rule moot and academic on the habeas corpus petition filed by the Duterte camp.
Issue of jurisdiction dun sa issue of the arrest and the custody within the ICC. So those are the two separate issues. Kasi ang issue of jurisdiction, in the eyes of the ICC will just look at three things. First is jurisdiction rationale materiae. May subject matter jurisdiction ba ang ICC? And yes, meron po sila. Kasi ang charges po dito ay crimes against humanity, which is under Article 5 and Article 7 of the Rome Statute. Ikalawa po, titingnan din ng ICC whether it has jurisdiction rationale temporis, which is the temporal, the time frame. And indeed, ito pong mga nasa charge, nasa arrest warrant, happened indeed within November 1, 2011 hanggang March 16, 2019. Third and lastly, jurisdiction rationale loci. Nangyari po ba ang mga patayan na to, ang crimes against humanity na to within the territory of the Philippines? At lalo nga po, nangyari po siya within the territory of the Philippines. Kaya kung tingnan na po ang tatlong jurisdictional matters na to, ay mayroon pong jurisdiction yung ICC.
Attorney Andres also doubts efforts to bring back the former president to the country by questioning the manner on how he was arrested.
Pero yung issue naman ng arrest, so ang question dito, sinong korte ang titingin dito? Is it the Supreme Court or the ICC? Because if it's the ICC, in fact, there's a doctrine under international criminal law. Whatever may be the allegations concerning how the person was arrested is irrelevant to the legitimacy and legality of the proceedings before an international criminal tribunal. Ito po ay isa sa mga doctrines that was even established in the 1960s.
Former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Attorney Salvador Panelo, believes President Bongbong Marcos can still correct the government's mistake in allowing the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Panelo tells BNC's On Point the Office of the Solicitor General's decision not to represent the respondents in the habeas corpus petition filed by the Duterte camp is an admission an illegal act was committed. The former official says this can be done through diplomacy.
If I were the president, dahil yung abogado ko sinabing maliw yung ginawa ng mga tao natin. Gaya na sinabi niya, walang jurisdiction. I will make a formal request or demand. We committed a mistake on this jurisdictional issue. Actually, not me, but my subordinates, my lower officials. I'm consistent na wala kayong jurisdiction. So, bigay niyo na sa amin uli yan.
And what is...
Former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque has no plan to return to the Philippines. Roque says he plans to ask for asylum in the Netherlands. He stressed that he entered legally in the Netherlands through his Schengen visa. Roque will be among former President Rodrigo Duterte's lawyers who will defend him on the crimes against humanity case he is facing before the International Criminal Court.
Malacanang has no plan to block Senator Amy Marcos's plan to investigate the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro says the senator is free to do what she wants in aid of legislation. The presidential sister earlier said she wants to know if due process was observed and if the rights of the former president were protected.
Malacanang calling out Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte's criticisms against President Marcos over the ICC's arrest of his father, former President Rodrigo Duterte. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says Duterte's arrest was lawful and is aligned with the country's commitment to the Interpol. On Sunday, Baste Duterte accused President Marcos of lacking gratitude. The Davao City Mayor cited his father's role in facilitating the burial of former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. at the libingan ng mga bayani in 2016.
2016 pa po ito na magpasalamat ang dating Senador Bongbong Marcos. And I quote, "We also would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to President Rodrigo Duterte as his unwavering commitment to this issue sustained us this past several months. Our family will forever be thankful for this kind gesture." Pero ang pagtanaw po ng utang na loob ay hindi dapat madiskaril at hindi dapat magtraidor sa batas at sa hustisya.
Transportation Secretary Vince Tuzon orders extension of MRT-3's night service by at least an hour. During a surprise inspection of the train system, Tuzon also instructed the deployment of additional trains during peak hours. The Department of Transportation has yet to finalize the specifics of the order. Right now, the MRT-3 operates daily from 4:30 a.m. at North Avenue Station up to 10:09 p.m. at Taft Avenue stations. The final trip from North Avenue is at 9:30 p.m.
In world news, Venezuela's National Assembly President Jorge Rodriguez says the Venezuelans deported by the United States over the weekend to El Salvador have been denied due process. The lawmaker adds the people deported who U.S. President Donald Trump claims to be part of a notorious gang are actually not known to have committed any crimes. Trump used the Alien Enemies Act's wartime powers to rapidly deport over 200 alleged members of Venezuelan gang from the U.S., despite a court order forbidding it to do so. Venezuela says it will do everything it can to bring them home.
In the meantime, the White House says it is not returning the Statue of Liberty. That's after French European Parliament member Raphael Glucksmann said the U.S. should give back the 19th century gift from France over Trump's current political decisions, including firing researchers. In response, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called Glucksmann a low-level French politician on Monday and said that the French owes America for its liberation from the Nazi during World War II.
Over in sports, Filipino boxing star Nesty Petesio adds Athlete of the Year to her impressive resume. The two-time Olympic medalist was honored alongside Paris Olympic bronze medalist Ira Villegas at the 2025 All-Women Sports Awards. The Fighting Pride of Davao del Sur says she considers her latest achievement a dream come true. Nesty now has her sights set on several high-profile assignments, including the Southeast Asian Games in December and the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic qualifiers.
To all strong, fearless, and inspiring women out there, every challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger.
Now from the boxing ring, let's go to the pitch. No Lionel Messi for the reigning football kings Argentina in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers this month. The 37-year-old superstar was ruled out for his matches against Uruguay and Brazil due to a muscle strain. Messi reportedly felt a muscle discomfort after Inter Miami's victory over Atlanta United in the Major League Soccer. Messi will stay in the U.S. to recover from the injury. Argentina will face Uruguay on Friday and Brazil, minus its all-time top goal scorer Neymar, on the 25th. Now the Orlando Magic giving the Cleveland Cavaliers a reality check in the NBA. The Magic ended the Cavs' impressive 16-game winning streak at home on Monday, Philippine time, final score 108-105. Orlando erased a 13-point deficit with Paolo Banchero leading the way with 24 points. The Magic are 8th in the Eastern Conference, while the Cavs remain the best in the East.
Now let's talk fashion. Luxury brand Loewe gets a shakeup after it announces creative director Jonathan Anderson's departure. Its statement did not say who was taking over Jonathan, who lent his creative genius to the brand for over 11 years. Reports say he may be moving to Dior, but its management declined to comment. Loewe experienced exceptional growth under Anderson's direction. This is only one among a series of leadership changes in luxury sector, which is generally experiencing slow growth. Now in entertainment, Drake's longtime label seeks the dismissal of his defamation lawsuit over its promotion of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. In a filing in a Manhattan federal court, Universal Music Group argued that the lyrics of Lamar's song, which Drake claims labels him as a pedophile, are protected as rhetorical hyperbole under the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment. UMG also called the Canadian star's lawsuit as an attempt to save face. But Drake's legal team called the dismissal request a desperate ploy to avoid accountability. The ongoing rap beef has largely been considered as one-sided, with Lamar viewed as the winner. Now, brands including Prada have cut ties with South Korean actor Kim So-hyun amid controversy over his alleged past relationship with the late actress Kim Se-ron. The Italian luxury fashion house decided to end its collaboration with the actor on Monday in a client service chat, but it did not elaborate further. A YouTube expose accused Kim So-hyun of dating Kim Se-ron when she was underage, citing testimonies from her relatives. But the actor's agency released a statement denying the claims. The 24-year-old actress, who was involved in a drunk driving accident in 2022, was found dead at her home last month. Reports say she had been struggling financially.
Now, some exciting news in local entertainment. The cast of historical biopic Quezon gets even more star-studded as Game of Thrones actor Ian Glenn joins the ensemble. Ian will play the role of Leonard Wood, a U.S. Army major who served as a Governor General of the Philippines. Ian was first known as Sir Jorah Mormont in Game of Thrones and as Dr. Alexander Isaacs in Resident Evil film series. Quezon is set to hit theaters this year, starring Jericho Rosales, Mon Confiado, Benjamin Alves, Romnick Sarmenta, and Karil.
I am a big fan of Jonah Mormont.
I was gonna say we should totally guest him here.
Yeah, while he's here, yeah.
Actually,
love
the
him.
table read was actually earlier this year. I'm not sure when they announced it, but then the table read was in Manila Hotel with the guys from TBA. I'm not sure why the announcement just happened
Yeah,
now.
I was shocked.
I think maybe all of the paperwork and all of the whatever
the legal stuff
legalities
just
are done. Yeah,
happened.
but then
Yeah.
I'm happy he's part of it. Quezon is, I think this is a coup for Philippine cinema in the sense that we can have a star like him come on over and be part of a local production.
I know, I totally saw it and I said, no way, we totally have to see him on the show. I love him.
Looking forward to this movie. It's
When is
coming
Quezon
out.
supposed to
It's
come out?
coming out this year, and the cast is just amazing. I mean, Jericho Rosales. He's playing Quezon, of course, and Romnick Sarmenta. I just found out that he's part of the cast. I love Romnick Sarmenta. So, wow, looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the trilogy of TBA.
I have not
Yes.
seen.
Because General Luna, Goyo, and then this.
Yeah.
Quezon.
I still have to watch them.
So John Arcelia, and then who were the other actors?
For
Trillo.
Goyo.
Was it Trillo?
Yeah.
Dennis Trillo,
Dennis
right?
Trillo
Yeah,
for
Dennis
Goyo.
Trillo.
No, I mean, like, it was a great. You should watch it, Mo, because
I
of
watched the Jose Rizal one after we guested Maxine.
Yeah, but we're talking about this trilogy, okay?
I know, but I'm
We're-
just
Totally
saying,
different,
I'm
but, you
slowly
know.
watching all the Filipino historical
should,
Yeah, at least it's still
movies.
historical.
And
Yeah.
General Luna, I think, was one of the. It brought historical drama, Filipino historical dramas to the mainstream, and of course, Paolo Avellino's actually the one Goyo.
Paolo Avellino, there you go.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because it actually sparks a lot of debate when it comes to how we look back at our own history, and of course the symbolisms there. So yeah, I think you should check it out. And
I will.
You know, you should check it out and actually do it.
I do it. Unlike Anne, I told you I was going to watch Jose Rizal. I did. So I said I'm going to watch the trilogy, and I will follow up at the end of the year.
All right,
I will
so
give you a
let's see.
timeline.
Let's see. Now, of course, we now move on because a group seeks to help differently abled individuals defy limitations through sports. That conversation with Project Empower CEO JD Castro is up next. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. The potential is limitless, even for persons with disabilities. A group is on a mission to help differently abled individuals stay active and moving through sports and fitness. Here to talk about this is JD Castro. He's the founder and CEO of Project Empower. It's a beautiful day, JD, and welcome back.
Thank you so much.
JD, let's talk first about the whole Project Empower because, again, this when you talk about being able to move, stay active through sports and fitness, a lot of people think that, okay, some PWDs are so limited with the way that they move, with the way that they, with the way that what activities they can actually do.
Yeah.
But here you are encouraging them to go beyond that, even be more active than some other people are typically. What is the biggest inspiration for you when it comes to Project Empower?
Yeah, well, first of all, ako kasi I was diagnosed with a rare disease. It's spinal and muscular atrophy. So before I was a basketball player,
Yeah.
I used to do so many sports also. I used to play musical instruments, but then when I got hit with that condition, hindi ko na siya magawa.
Yeah.
So that's the time na I thought na I think there are ways pa rin that we could go beyond our limits despite having the disability. So that's when we created the program and campaign called Beyond Limits. So right now it's focused on sports, but we're also venturing into Beyond Limits, the concert, so for culture and arts. So right now we have the Beyond Limits University Tour, where we showcase our PWD talents to play with regular athletes. Yeah, so we're done with the notion that we're playing only with PWDs to PWDs. We wanted them to be included and eventually be integrated into the society. That's why we do the Beyond Limits campaign.
How do you reach out to the people to join this group? Especially, there are some people with disabilities who, limit themselves to certain activities lang, and they feel like hindi nila kaya. When they see like activities like sports, maybe, diba? Parang ayaw nila, so they're hesitant. So how do you reach out to them and really encourage them to join?
Yeah, the first thing that we did is Project Empower kasi, it serves as a network to different organizations.
Okay. Yeah.
So we connected with so many different organizations that caters to PWDs. So then we get people to join to our programs. Second, we connect with LGUs. So we connect with them and do tryouts. So just like recently, we did the PWD cheering squad, the first in the Philippines. We launched our PWD pep squad in Mandaluyong. So it was with the help of Mandaluyong City because we did the tryouts there. And third, luckily we have the facility. So Gerald Anderson and I have this facility in Mandaluyong and Quezon City where we train our athletes for sports and rehabilitation and fitness.
Okay.
So that's where we do everything.
Now, what you're doing with the PWDs and having them to integrate with normal people is
Exactly,
amazing.
yeah.
Has there been a success story that has deeply impacted you?
Well, right now, with the university tour, first I thought that it would not happen, and I thought hindi kaya talaga. But then, when we got the chance to participate with UP last January, and we competed and did an exhibition game with UP Fighting Maroons and some of the students, nakita namin na it's doable and it can happen. And then after that, many universities called us. Arellano University, tumawag, so we did that also in February. And then recently, last week, De La Salle CSB. So we competed with Benil Blazers. And we've seen na kaya naman kasi we won in UP, we lost in Arellano, tapos we won in CSB. So we believe that kaya eh. We can compete with regular athletes.
I love that and love the idea of it. And of course, shout out to Charles Chu of CSB, who I know is a fan. But we take a look at the fact that you're competing with these schools.
Yeah.
You are showing off something siguro not a lot of people would have expected na kaya pala.
Yeah.
We talk about what this means physically, but what does this mean from a mental point of view for the participants, those joining? Because as much as we talk about physical health and rehabilitation and using sports for it, there is a significant effect mentally, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. So for starters, they get to be confident with sports. So most of my players, most of our athletes are from the indigent community. So they did not have any chance into education and into sports, actual sports. So what they do, they usually compete lang or they just play sa barangay nila, but they never got the chance to play in the league. So with these kinds of opportunity and platform, with the celebrity traction and all this university traction, they get to have that opportunity and they get to boost their confidence also. And it gives them something na they get to be accepted by the society also. Na hindi lang sila hanggang dun lang, but they can be also accepted in these kinds of venues, like the universities or even Star Magic.
You mentioned a while ago that Gerald Anderson is actually one of your biggest supporters. So what does his support mean to your advocacy?
Well, first of all, Gerald Anderson is an athlete. So he plays the basketball. So he teaches the players. So we do clinics for special kids, for PWDs, and he teaches them how to play basketball. And then yung team namin, yung adaptive athletes, he trains them. So he's really kind, he's really generous, and he's been really supporting with our organization. And we're very thankful for having Gerald Anderson with us.
And can I just say, as someone who is a professional watcher of the game, magaling po si Gerald Anderson.
He's good.
He's really good. like a different level, magaling talaga si Gerald Anderson. So to be able to be taught by him, I'm sure must mean a lot to all of them as well.
Well, JD, correct me if I'm wrong. Most PWDs, they don't want to be called PWDs, right?
Yeah,
There's another
right
term, adaptive, right? That's what
For
you guys
sports,
are calling it,
yeah.
for sports.
We call them adaptive athletes. Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to knock that out because I know people are doing like the obstacle courses as well.
Yeah.
There's a group that are doing adaptive sports where they guide the Spartan races with all the PWDs.
Yeah, we have this upcoming adaptive amazing race on March 31.
Amazing race, wow.
PSC.
I can't even do that. I will die
You
if
should.
I try.
But JD, obviously we're seeing more and more PWDs try and take up adaptive fitness, try and take up adaptive sports. When you take a look at the possible barriers of it, for those who are thinking twice maybe because of their own conditions or afflictions, what do you normally tell them to encourage them to take this up?
Well, the first thing that we did is we created the program for rehabilitation and healthcare. So the first thing we do for our athletes, we gave them access to healthcare.
Yeah.
So that they can be they're sure that they can be taken care of. So the number one problem of an adaptive athlete is they need access to healthcare. So we created this program, Adaptive Fitness and Rehabilitation, for them. It's the first in the Philippines also. So we created this for them to have a free access for rehabilitation so that they can be motivated into going into sports also. So one thing with neuromusculoskeletal conditions, kasi if you want them to be integrated in the society, you have to do the rehabilitation for them as well. So that's why I think it's very successful in the sense that since we have this rehabilitation also, they also get encouraged to do the sports because we take care of them.
How many athletes do you have currently? And of course,
For basketball, we have around 20. We also have intellectual disability 3x3. So right now we have 24 members, 8 teams. We are also launching our baseball 5 next week.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a wheelchair baseball 5 and standing baseball 5. So I think we have at least 18 athletes.
And these are not normally sports that we normally see in mga
Yeah.
competitions overseas, like yung mga regionals and all of that. But then this really does feel like not necessarily we're training to compete, but we're training to live. It feels like a lifestyle instead. When you look at yung impact nyo so far, I know we were asking you about yung mga key stories nyo, but then especially for the athletes who started out with you and where they are right now, what developments have you seen? What gains have you seen?
Yeah, for the basketball team, they've been invited to compete in Hong Kong already. So we do competitions in Asia also right now. And one of my players during the Binild, I was contacted by the director. Parang he wants to scout that guy, or one of the players. So parang now he has the opportunity to study also and play with the university. So it's a great impact for the players and athletes.
Yeah, and I just want to remind people it's possible for people with disabilities to actually be part of university teams or even high schools.
Yeah.
I think my favorite example has to be si Kat Tan, the one-arm Mamba. I think
No, she won our Mamba.
Yeah,
She's a player.
Yeah, exactly. Because she used to play in La Salle Isabel and I believe in Taft for a while as a one-arm player and was actually a better shooter than most people. And she actually put me on her highlight reel. She scored against me. She drove past me. And I'm like, oh my God, my goodness. In front of Sabrina Ionescu.
Super competitive.
Yeah, she's super competitive. But then when you hear stories like that, and a lot of people say that, posible ba to? I mean, do you feel like that's what you are doing, opening
Yeah, of
up the
course.
possibilities?
Of course, we wanted to open up possibilities and opportunities for our sector. And again, I think it's time that we become part of the society and we become integrated to the society. Yeah.
JD, have you faced any problems or obstacles in securing, let's say, funding and support for your initiative?
Yeah, of course, of course. We've been trying to pitch the programs to so many organizations, national government agencies. It was really hard at first.
Okay.
But then, again, thanks to Gerald Anderson, because most and I think half of the program it was shouldered by Gerald. And he never asked for talent fees. And yung facilities always for free.
Okay.
So I think, and then after that, when we got to partner with Gerald Anderson, funding and sponsors came in.
Wow, okay.
So
Bakit kaya?
I think because this is
Star quality.
yeah. So nung si Gerald na yung nagte-train sa team and nagpa-play kami with Gerald and Star Magic, dumating na yung mga opportunities for funding and,
Yeah. Perfect.
and sponsorship. So it's all because of Gerald Anderson. So I'm really grateful to this guy.
Yeah, no, that's really sweet. But apart from Gerald helping funds and more sponsors, how can we support? How can people support and be part of your initiative?
Yeah. So for now, I think what we could do is we participate right now. There's nothing that we are asking right now. I think we're going towards a good direction. So for the supporters and other people who wants to participate, just join, just motivate them, just try to be inclusive, and you know we keep on inspiring each other lang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your future plans?
We have this. We are going to UST next month.
Oh, okay.
So Beyond Limits UST, and we are having the first and major Beyond Limits the concert for disability talents. Yeah, so we're having that. It will be directed. Yeah, announce ko na ba? Pwede ba?
Oh, go, yeah.
We are working already with director John Prats.
Okay,
Oh,
well, that's
okay.
going to be nice.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be really fun. JD, maraming salamat.
Thank you
Keep
so
on doing
much.
the good work. Keep on shooting, and hopefully we can hear more and see you again really soon.
Of course, thank you.
All right, that was JD Castro, the founder and CEO of Project Empower. Once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po.
Now we have an interesting conversation up ahead with some of the Philippines' biggest voice actors about the threat of artificial intelligence to the art of dubbing. More on that after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, earlier this month, Amazon Prime Video announced they are offering AI-aided dubbing in English and Spanish on select movies and series. Now, how does this move by the media giant affect production houses? And what do voice actors feel about the looming threat of AI that's becoming more and more real? We asked two titans in the voice acting industry, Rudolf Baldonado Jr. and Robi Joseph, who are joining us via Zoom. It's a beautiful day. Robi and Rudolf, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. I am so excited to have this conversation with you guys. Now, first and foremost, you are members of the Vocalliance Group, which is the community of voice actors here in the Philippines. Let's start with that. Can you tell us more about what Vocalliance is, how it supports the industry, and what it does for the voicing industry here in the Philippines?
Yeah, okay. I guess that question is directed to me. Well, I founded Vocalliance back in 2016. And we were tasked in the beginning to help standardize rates for the industry.
Okay.
And so we've also helped in legislation. We've acted as resource people for certain what was it? I think it was the Freelancers Protection Act, and then some other bills. We work behind the scenes. You know, we offer workshops. We offer a lot of them are free. You know, and we also negotiate with multinationals, ad agencies. We do a lot of contract negotiations, that kind of stuff. A lot of these things are behind the velvet curtain. So we don't have a really prominent public facing persona out there. So you don't really hear about us. But yeah, we're there just working behind the scenes.
Now, you mentioned that you were able to help formulate some laws, policies that help the voicing industry. We were talking about that on the show before, my partners and I, Paolo and Monique, that now that AI has been changing the industry for us, right? Not just the voicing industry, but different other industries in the world. Do you think that we need laws to protect our rights as voice actors now that we are facing this digital age, the age of AI?
Well, absolutely. Right now, there's a big movement, not necessarily to regulate AI anymore. I mean, I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think now the thrust is really more towards creating protections. So there are certain laws that are being passed in the United States. I mean, we're late adopters, right? So we're just taking a wait and see approach and waiting to see how they're dealing with it before we start really tackling the subject matter and the problems. But there are things like the Elvis Presley Act in the States that I think is designed to protect the human voice. And then there's also the No Fake Act, No Fakes Act, that is also trying to build up certain guardrails for voice actors, for freelancers, for creatives, all that kind of stuff. So we're taking a wait and see approach and seeing what ideas we could probably borrow from those developments.
Rudolf, I want to talk to you because I'm a big fan of your SpongeBob work and, of course, your work with Trece. Of course, Rudolf, let's take a look at the fact that a lot of people are worried about AI. Anne tells us about it all the time. In fact, can I just say, she's so starstruck talking to the both of you that this is the most diction she's ever used on the show. This is the most amount of clarity I have gotten from her today. That is because you are both here. But now, with all that in mind, we were talking about AI a while ago. You did voice direction. And what do you feel is the thing that makes humans unique compared to anything AI has to offer here so far? And in terms of making that argument for those who think that, okay, I can just put the script on, put it on AI, and that's going to be good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Before I answer that, let's clarify something. The use of AI is primarily to support, to help, to assist. Because there are some things that, you need to do, but you're limited. Okay, I know that this is, some people will really argue with me about this, but the three main reasons for AI is that, one, you have difficulty creating.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just put it bluntly.
Yes.
You can't create as well as some people do. Right? Two, the economics of it. It's cheaper. You can't afford a talent. You can't afford someone who has that talent, to create for you. And three, time, right? Time to do things, because things, when you create something, it needs time. You need to devote hours for it. But what if your deadline is like 2 days away and you can't possibly do it?
Which happens.
AI is there. It happens. Yes, it happens. Okay, so going back to how AI is affecting dubbing, I can say that we are still very lucky as far as Tagalog, Filipino dubbing is concerned.
Yeah.
It's because our language is one of the, if I'm using the term correctly, it's one of the minority languages.
Yeah.
Right? No one is that interested in studying it, in making it, widespread, selling the language as an AI, in AI-assisted tools, right?
Yes.
So no one has studied it yet in depth. And if they do, even if you ask linguists all over the world, the Tagalog language is so complex.
Yeah.
Each word has so much meaning, and the way you say it brings about all of those meanings. So to combine that in whatever AI tool you have right now, AI is going to go crazy. It's not going to sound natural. It's not going to sound right. So I'm not saying that we're not going to be affected. I'm saying that we are blessed with the limitations that AI has right now.
At the moment,
And
yeah.
it all depends, at the moment, yes. So it all depends on the talents, the linguists, and everyone who creates anything in dubbing or voice acting right now,
Yeah,
if they
Rudolph.
will make that available to the tool.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Yeah.
you when you said that AI is just there right now to assist. Because, right, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, they all offer features that can translate those languages using AI. So I think that could be a good thing in some cases. But hold on, before I ask you a question, I've never heard SpongeBob speak in Tagalog. So I want to ask you
Oh
to
my
do a
goodness,
sample.
I'm so sorry about this, Rudolph. You were not prepared for
Like,
this.
I had no idea SpongeBob could talk Tagalog. So I want to hear how Bikini Bottom sounds like in Tagalog.
Oh, sample.
Rudolph is actually our official SpongeBob here in the Philippines.
Yeah, he is.
Rudolph,
You can hear
I
it.
want to hear it, please.
Magandang umaga!
Oh my goodness.
You know
it
what?
works.
You know what, Rudolph? Parang ayaw natin yun, ano, tayong mga voice actors. When people tell us to sample nga, sample, we really don't. I know.
Iba example ko kay Robi sana kasi fan ko ng Acafelas eh.
I know y'all don't
Pero-
like it, but I had to hear what SpongeBob sounded like in Tagalog. Anyway, Rudolph, have you had like
go ahead.
any connection? Because most people, they love to put a face to the name, you know, even if it's just dubbing. But have you had any connection with any of the characters that you've done? SpongeBob. How come?
Okay. As a voice actor, I was never like Robbie, the star voice actor with all the voices.
No!
I started as a translator. And sometimes my director would tell me, you try dubbing some of the incidentals, the crowds. So I was like monster number 2, crowd number 1. And then when Nickelodeon started selling licenses to their shows, to TV5 back then, they held auditions. And so when actually I was forced to audition. Forced audition because the audition was running like for 3-4 weeks already, and they haven't found a SpongeBob. So that's number 1. I was the odd man out. I was part of a group of dubbers who were like trying to put up something like Vocal Alliance back then. And the director came to us and said, "I'm running out of dubbers. Can you please all audition?" And I was the very last one. So like nobody suspected that I would get the part or something. So and then number 2, SpongeBob is like a crazy oddball that doesn't have any like patterns.
Yeah.
If you watch the show, he's just like going crazy every time, a different reaction. So when I auditioned, I approached it that way. all of the other dubbers had a formula of how to read lines. And I was like, no, just, just throw it out there, just throw the lines like SpongeBob would. And I was still in college back then. I was studying BA Theater Arts. So that came in handy, being the actor on stage. So yeah, I can relate so much to him. And I just had so much fun doing him for 11 years.
Wow.
Now, Robbie, on the other hand, is a voice talent, right, Robbie? You are a voiceover artist.
He's a voice.
And you have been voicing
voice.
most of the commercials that we hear every single day on radio, on TV. Now, Robbie, this is something that AI cannot easily replicate, the nuances in your voice, right? How do you change your voice, adapt it to what the client wants, what the project needs?
Okay. I also am the voice of Nickelodeon, by the way. I've been the voice of Nickelodeon Asia for the past 20 years or so.
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah. And so I got a lot of practice from there. But when it comes to commercials, every brand has its unique personality, right? And so my first step is to immerse myself in that identity. I consider the brand value, the target audience, and the tone that they wish to convey. And I try to align myself with the character brief. The most important thing in commercial voice acting or in advertising is authenticity. So I try to just be myself for the most part, or at least different versions of myself. Okay, if a brand requires me to sound confident and authoritative, I have to draw that side of me that is confident and authoritative. I'm not pretending to be someone that I'm not. And for Nickelodeon, I have to be the energetic, with the dial turned up, very playful, and that's still who I am. So yeah, I mean, it's just different versions of myself.
You know what I love about that is because there is a creative process involved in actually creating the voice, creating the character. Sometimes even when you do have the script, you feel like perhaps there's a way to play with it. I mean, given your background especially, I know you did theater back in the day. I know you're a spiritual advisor in the sense that you tell people what to drink.
Because that's a family business.
Yeah. By the way, he also is a wine connoisseur. Just so you know.
Yes.
Shout out to
His
Ralph's.
family, actually.
And then let's take a look at the fact that you have a lot of outlets to be creative. And when people take a look at voice acting, when people take a look at VO work in particular, sometimes they feel they don't understand what type of creativity can go into it. Do you feel that would be the biggest weapon of voice artists, VO artists, in terms of trying to make sure that they are a step ahead of AI?
Well, okay. I mean, it really is a creative pursuit, right? In every sense of the word. Voice acting is acting. So we do everything that a theater or TV actor does. We just do it behind the microphone and away from prying eyes, away from the public, and that's how a lot of us really just enjoy it. I mean, because there's no baggage involved when it comes to the baggage of fame that we have to deal with. But in terms of the art itself, we're highly specialized communicators. Okay? And what we do for a living is I don't want to say manipulate. We try to motivate people. We try to elicit a certain response from our audience, from our listeners, from the viewers. And we do it in a very calculated way. And there's a lot of technique that's involved, and a lot of what Rudolf also mentioned a while ago about being in the moment,
Right.
being authentic, And that is a uniquely human quality.
Yeah, Robbie, I'm sorry to cut you off. We're
Yeah.
running a bit out of time, but I wanted to
yeah.
throw this question, to you and to Rudolf as well. I
Sure.
saw this reel. I don't know if you saw this as well, of Hank Azaria, the voice of Simpsons. He actually compared his delivery to the AI voice, right? Doing his lines for his characters on The Simpsons, and he was able to note those certain nuances that the AI voice was not able to replicate. But when I had this discussion with fellow voice actors, we were worried because we have this technology now, and it's just a matter of closing that gap between how awkward AI sounds now to perfecting the technology and making it sound exactly like us. So, what are your thoughts on this? And how can we future-proof our careers, now that we have AI in the picture?
Oh, okay. You want to start, Rudolf, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
Go.
Rudolf.
Okay, Rudolph.
Oh, okay. We have to be a step ahead. We're humans. We're the source of all the creativity. Let me just say that I've always assumed that this fear comes from the misconception of voice acting or voice work is simply imitating. A lot of professionals, even the ones who have a lot of rackets or have a jobs, says that they started imitating people and they started having patterns, and the way they speak, the way they communicate, and because it's a pattern, that's what gets them jobs. And that's what AI is doing, actually. It's imitating. It's doing what these people have been doing in voice work. People who don't understand the requirement of acting and communicating. So people who have just been imitating are the ones who are really scared.
Right.
But people who are genuinely communicating, creating, and have mastered that art of not even thinking about nuances, just coming up with them because they know how to communicate and how to act, they know that no technology can imitate them as of the moment.
Right.
But it's now a question of, do you want AI technology or the people behind it have access to that creativity?
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's under our control, actually.
Right.
Robbie,
It is a threat, but we can control it.
Yeah, I want to add to that. I think people who leverage AI as a tool to amplify their skills instead of using it as a crutch will experience more growth and innovation. I think the ones who are really at risk in our industry are the voice actors who undervalue themselves and constantly accept below standard rates.
Yeah.
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 Because the kinds of clients that they cater to are not the kinds that value authenticity or I mean, they were never concerned about quality in the first place, or building relationships and all that kind of stuff that comes with a business. So, they're choosing AI instead because it's even cheaper, and that's all that really matters to them. But we see a lot of ad agencies, big ad agencies, and even big clients who are using AI, but mostly for ideation and the iteration process. But final output is still human driven for the most part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Robbie, Rudolph, sorry I had to cut you off there, Robbie, because I'm
No
running
problem.
out of time. But then
Sure,
I just
sure.
want to congratulate you on your work because, if I'm not mistaken, voice actors actually are one of the few freelance performers or freelancers out there who actually do have a calculator for their rates that they can
Yes.
access online.
That's
and
true.
and I suggest that any prospective voice actors go look that up, because honestly, you probably are the only industry I'm talking about in terms of creatives who actually have an online calculator for free that helps keeps your rates and standards up. All right, so first of all, congratulations. Rudolf, thank you so much for being here with us. Robbie, you don't know this, but we almost spent Valentine's Day together over in Boracay but MJ Aoki forgot to invite you to dinner to join us. So, but that's okay. Well, I'll see you next Valentine's Day. And we really wish we could have you here in studio next time around. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you very much. Voice actors Rudolf Baldonado Jr. and Robi Joseph.
All right, so we've got more stories for you after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at global weather. 2 ski mountaineers were critically injured in an avalanche on Sunday near Forcella in the Italian Dolomites. The avalanche, which struck around 1 p.m. local time, involved 3 skiers, with a 4th skier raising the alarm. Rescuers found a 51-year-old man who was buried but freed by his companion, then treated for hypothermia and an ankle injury. A 38-year-old man was found 2 meters under snow and was airlifted to a hospital in critical condition. A 3rd skier, a 40-year-old woman, was buried more than 3 meters deep, but a search dog helped locate and rescue her. She was also airlifted to a hospital in critical condition. Severe weather in Alabama on Sunday caused at least 2 deaths and widespread damage across 52 of the state's 67 counties, including downed trees and torn-off roofs in Calera. Nearly 300,000 people were without power. The storms, which affected the South and Midwest, also caused 12 deaths in Missouri. In Alabama's Talladega County, 83-year-old Harry Leon Fain was killed when a storm hit Winterboro High School, causing significant damage. Nearby, a tornado in Paulding County, Georgia, damaged homes and businesses, though no fatalities or major injuries were reported. Parts of Pennsylvania, New York, the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast states remained under a National Weather Service watch for damaging winds and tornadoes as the death toll from the weekend storms increased to 36 across 6 states. In a statement, President Donald Trump expressed he was closely monitoring the situation, noting that, quote, 36 innocent lives have been lost and many more devastated, end quote. The storm, which struck the South and Midwest, moved eastward on Sunday. By late afternoon, over 340,000 people were without power in the affected regions, according to Power Outage.
Now let's find out if you're lucky today or not. Our resident energizer and feng shui master, Master Hans Kuat, is here today for our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Beautiful day with me, Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang araw-araw na inaabangang horoscope ni Master Hans Kua ngayong araw ng Tuesday, March 18. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, think long-term, isecure ang future para sa masaya, happy ang relationship. Pink at 1. Ox naman tayo, maglaan ng oras para sa sarili, mag-relax kung stress. Yellow at 5. Kay Tiger naman tayo, ang pagtitipid ay magbibigay daan sa financial security. Orange at 4. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, may bagong opportunity sa trabaho or internship. Purple at 7. Kay Dragon, maganda ang panahon para sa pagbuo ng bagong friendship. Red at 2. Kay Snake naman tayo, bigyan ng oras ang pahinga sa gitna ng busy schedule. Red at 3. Kayo of the horsey, gumastos lamang para sa mahalaga. Ipon-ipon bago luho. Blue at 6. Kay Ship naman tayo, regular exercise is the key para mapanatiling energetic. Green at 8. Monkey naman na ang trust ay magpapatibay sa inyong relasyon. Yellow at 5. Rooster naman tayo, huwag matakot, ipakita ang nararamdaman. It will strengthen your bond. Pink at 9. Kay Doggy, mag-ipon para sa pangarap tulad ng bahay at kotse. White at 1. At kay Pig naman tayo, magandang araw, i-pitch ang ideas sa trabaho man or sa school. Orange at 7. Ako po, si Master Hans Kua. Paalala lang ha, ito po ay mga patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan ang horoscope of the day dito lang sa It's a Beautiful Day!
Thank you so much, Master Hans Kua. Now from our one favorite segment to another. Some people say you can't have both money and true love. Sounds like a skill issue. Dating Coach V joins us after the break to teach us how to hit 2 birds with 1 stone in love and in business. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Okay.
Lumalabas yung kable. Okay, ipasok natin. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so starters pa lang to, guys.
Okay, now, Chef, you remind me of a Greek grandmother who will feed you. You're bringing in all of the Greek dishes that you have here.
The idea is perfect simplicity.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, Coach V returns for today's Love Hacks. Take it away, Coach V.
Who here wants to win more clients and more love? Who here has ever been ghosted, not just in love, but also in business? You send a well-crafted and sales pitch and the client says, "I'll think about it," which we all know what that means. Never. Or you text your crush something witty and they reply, "Ha ha ha, you're funny," and then crickets. Wala na. Loves, let me tell you something shocking but true. If you struggle in sales, you will learn a lot from these dating principles. Good morning, loves. It's a beautiful day. Coach V here, bringing you a brand new way to level up your love life. This is Love Hacks. What you'll learn today, loves, is about sales and dating. And these are not just words. They are about attraction, persuasion, and timing. Today, you'll learn how to make them chase you, whether it's a client or a crush. How to close deals or seal the kiss, and most importantly, how to stop getting ghosted, whether in love or in business. And love's backed by science to so listen up because these hacks work. To my fellow hosts, did you know that people don't just buy products, they buy feelings? Whether in dating now or in sales, it isn't about logic, it's about emotional triggers. And the same psychological tricks that make someone fall for you can also make them buy for you. Sounds wild, right? But it's true. So let's break it down, loves. Hack number 1, these are the tips on how to be good in sales and be good in love. Stop selling. Make them want it first. Loves, who here has met someone who was just too available? The type of text that they send, good morning, good night, kumain ka na ba every single day? Nako, anong feeling? Di ba nakaka-turn off? Now, what about those salespeople who come in hot saying, Ma'am, sir, bili na po kayo, magandang deal to. Same energy, right? Too much too soon. So the move, instead of selling, make them want it first. So ito yung example ng weak sales pitch, love. For example, our skincare has advanced hydrating properties with botanical extract. And here is the strong sales pitch naman. Imagine waking up with glowing, poreless skin. No filter needed. Would you love that? See the difference, love? Instead of listing down features, science says you should sell desire. Parang sa dating lang. For example, sa dating, ano yung weak type of flirting? When we say, hi, can I take you out sometime? Very direct, but not very, exciting. But let's talk about the strong way to flirt, okay? Let's see that. So you could say something like, you seem interesting, but I have a rule. I only go out with people who can make me laugh. Are you funny? Light bulb moment. Instead of proving your worth, you're making them subconsciously prove theirs. O, di ba? Mas exciting pag hindi lahat binibigay ang lahat agad-agad. Sabi nga nila, the easiest things to get are the easiest to lose. So, is this true for you? Let's talk about hack number 2. Make them invest first. Loves, did you know that the more effort people put into something, the more they value it? They call this the commitment and consistency bias. Translation, once they start saying yes, they'll keep on saying yes. So, diba, familiar ba yung move na yan? Get them to agree muna to something small before you go big. Anong example ng mga weak sales pitch that we shouldn't do? Sir, ma'am, bili na po kayo. But the strong sales move is like this. Sir, quick question. Do you usually go for quality or affordability when you invest in something? Boom! They are engaged and now they have a reason to continue this conversation. This is the reason why sometimes you go to conferences and they try to sell you like little things like books, online courses, and then later big offers comes in. Let's talk about sa dating naman. Instead of waiting for them to ask you out, make them invest in you first. Pero ano yung example ng something that we shouldn't do? It's something like, I like you. Do you like me too? Nako. No. But what is something that we can say to make us more saleable and dateable? We could say something like, well, I love spontaneous people. Are you the type who likes random weekend trips? If they answer, of course, then guess what? Now they have to prove it to you by making plans with you. Diba? The more we put in effort into something, the harder it is to walk away. That's why people can't let go of bad excess o kaya naman bad business ideas. We get attached. Do you agree na mas mahirap kalimutan kapag nag-invest ka na? Ay, nako, yung may mga hugot dyan. Now, let's talk about hack number 3, The takeaway strategy. Loves, people want what they think they can't have. Kaya nga yung hindi mo pinapansin dati, tapos biglang nag-move on ka na, bigla naman siyang naghahabol. Diba? The move, the takeaway technique. Ano naman ang example ng weak sales move that you shouldn't do? It's like this. Ma'am, sir, may discount po kami. Baka gusto nyo. No. But here's the right way to do it. You could say something like, to be honest, my service is not for everyone. But based on what you told me, I think this would be a perfect fit for you. What do you think? O, diba? Classy lang. Now they feel special and they want more. Kung sa dating naman, don't say something like, please, give me a chance. But you could say something like, you know what, I'm really picky with who I spend time with, but I kind of like your vibe, so let's see if we get along. O, diba? High value. Sino dito yung na-in love, lalo na nung biglang naging unavailable yung gusto nila? Be honest. Remember, loves, selling is seduction and dating is negotiation. And the one who wins are the ones who understand the human psychology. First, attract, make them curious. Second, engage, make them invest. And then third, close with confidence. Make them say yes by exhibiting your value. So whether you're trying to land a dream client or a dream partner, the rules are the same. Want to be a sales magnet? Master dating. Want to be irresistible in dating? Master sales. And syempre, you can reach to me not only for dating advice now, but also for sales tips na din. That's it for today, loves. This is Coach V giving you real talk about real love. Join me again tomorrow here on It's a Beautiful Day.
I love that. I
My
love
sales
that.
hacks na din tayo. Coming out soon.
You know, when she said when people buy feelings, ako, napaisip lang ako, the only feelings I like are yung sa Bavarian sa loob ng mga donut, mga gano'n.
Not the feeling.
Ako strawberry.
Strawberry
Gusto yung ube cream. But but seriously, I think that would work kasi Mo is actually into sales also.
Yeah.
A master salesperson to.
No, I'm not a master salesperson. No, I actually agree with you. I hate when people are so up your face, and especially when they're like, oh, here, like I have a promo.
Yeah.
You have to act, well, actually, first you have to listen. That's the number one rule in sales. You have to listen to them and let them do the talking, and from there you assess, okay, what problem are they having? What solutions can I help them with? And then from there, you give them your solutions. If they want it, okay. And like you said, it's not for everybody. If you want it, let me know. If not, it's fine.
How
Move on
about
to
for
somebody
dating,
else.
based on her lecture?
For dating, I agree too. If you want me, let me know. If you don't, on to the next.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. How about you, Anne?
Oh my goodness, I was never a good salesperson. Never really. You know, I used to have my own pastry business, and instead of
So she
focusing
sold feelings.
Oh, she sold
I
feelings.
literally. Yeah, I actually
Literally.
sold feelings, but instead of selling them, I would bake so many cookies and pastries
And give it away.
And give
Kaya
them
pala wala na si
away.
Anne ng feelings. Binake niya lahat ng
Oh,
feelings
hindi
niya.
niya
I'd
binenta.
give them away, and people would say, "Bakit? Why are you doing this for free?" I don't know. I just love the feeling.
Oh,
Of,
you
you
just
know,
love-
just making people
right.
happy. So mas okay pa ako giving away free stuff than actually
So
asking
dapat
for
pala
people's
hindi
money.
business yung sinimulan niya.
Mas
Charity work.
Charity.
Charity, Anne.
Very Mother Teresa.
Yeah. Pero totoo,
Wow,
but
okay, she said that.
did you feel that, when something is mas limited, mas mahirap, do you feel more excited to have it than something
course.
that's very
I mean,
common?
Any
Yes.
items, if it's
Yeah.
limited edition or like limited time only, I'm like panicking. Oh my god, I have to have it. It's the last
Yeah.
color. I have to buy it.
Or
So same.
Like when you go to Japan, you always want to get the Japan limited edition. You
Correct.
know?
or just get it from
Something
Japan
that-
because you're
Right.
only there for like a certain amount of time. So it's like you feel like, oh dang,
But
I have
special.
to get it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's basic economics. The more scarce a product is, the more valuable it is. That's the reason why mas mahal yung product X or
Correct.
Y.
That's
Kasi
true.
not a lot.
And if you remember, there are brands that has limited editions, or they only offer you like bags or luxury stuff.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
if you are their long-term client, so it makes it very special. It's all about illusion sometimes.
But
too.
Coach V, is there a fine line with being too cold-hearted naman and too unavailable when you're trying to push people out, like in dating?
Kung too unavailable ka, parang ayaw mo na eh.
Absolutely. And the number one attractive trait when it comes to dating is emotional availability. So pag nasobrahan ka naman sa pagiging snob, nobody would even come to you to give love
Yeah,
or
that's
buy.
true.
So
Yeah.
it should be a balance of like both, right?
Yeah, too much
We
feeling.
should talk about that.
Too much feeling and too much
Not enough bread.
exclusivity.
Too much feeling, not enough bread. Kailangan,
That's umay too.
Kakaumay, exactly. My goodness.
There's
I
my
don't,
factor.
I always love having Coach V. I learned so much.
I don't know if I'm hungry or I want to go out on a date. I don't know. I don't know which is which. But Coach V, maraming salamat. Thank you
It's a
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
To all the salespeople out there who've learned a lot, go give her a follow. Also, for those who need IT solutions, look for Mo. Let's see if she's actually a good salesperson. All right, that is it
me
for
know.
us this Tuesday, March 18. Ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Make this Tuesday unforgettable by finding joy in the ordinary and spreading love and kindness wherever you go.
And feelings.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. I hope you have a great Tuesday ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.